Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy hump day. Do you know what day it is? It's hump day. Let's rock and roll. That sounds corny, I know. I like, boy, please shut up. Shout out to New York City. We had 287. I believe we have it right here. I think it came out Monday. New York, I still have you down for 14, 15. All right. Just make sure you keep it in. Again, guys, yes, no, we can't play all of these numbers. Yes, you maybe can. But if you like a number, that you see, on or in this notebook, go ahead and play it. Right? It doesn't make a difference. If you like it, I love it, man. Just play, right? Lottery is for entertainment purposes only. We do not depend on lottery to pay our car notes, our house mortgages, to buy us grocery. We don't do that. If you find yourself doing that, you might need to seek for some help, right? There's some numbers on the back of your lottery ticket that you can call, right? If one of your children has asked you for some money, right? You say, if I hit this number, I'm gonna give it. No, we can't do that. If I hit this number, I'm gonna pay my car note. No, we can't do that. Lottery is for entertainment purposes only. Everyone have vices, right? Whether it's drinking, whether it's gossiping, whether it's smoking cigarettes, whether it's cheating on your spouse, whatever the case may be. Everyone have their vices, right? But when it comes to lottery, we can't do that. We got to take care of bills first. All right. So I had some numbers here yesterday, man. I was looking at some numbers, right? And what we have here, it still says here who 55 triple fives 18 who hit 647. I guess whenever you see 647, just play triple fives and a 18. Those are my assumptions. So if you have pick fives in your state and you had 647, just play triple fives 18. You never know. You could be a winner today, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe who knows. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me just move this Malongo's magic window because people don't believe in it no more. Isn't that right, Michigan? Michigan had 1028 straight, right? Straight. I know 1028 is somewhere in here, but again, many might just say, well, you didn't tell us to play it. I shouldn't have to tell you. I shouldn't have to tell you 1028 is a sum of 11. Damn, my voice just went up for some reason. Does that mean I got excited? I don't know. But yesterday was the 27th, 7, 8, 9, 10. We was living off of everything that represented a 2, a 7, a 0, and a 4. So meaning 101s was hot, 100s with your 2s, 200s, and same old song, right? It's the same old song, man. I was trying to get into some because a lot of states had some winning predictions. I see the MD had 703. Just to recap off of some numbers, whenever you see no MD, what happened? Right, I just talked about this. We had 181, right? We had 181, and we tied 181 with a 10. All right, because we just left DC. I said whenever you see a 10, you got to play 117 or 118, right? A three-way combo. So so happened you heard me that day and you just wrote it down. That's why I tell everybody to take their notes, right? It's not all about predicting numbers every day. Sometimes you can just get a lesson. You can just get a lesson. Sometimes it go over people's heads. We know that already. Sometimes the lottery guru or whomever you might call him or her, they sound so slick. They'll just throw you something and you won't catch it probably until next week. And you'd be like, oh my God, did he or did she not just throw that in me and I just missed it? So just be careful, guys. DC, we had 1460, 1462. We do know 1101 is still to be considered in the nation's capital. And again, guys, I just wanted to say to everyone, man, have a beautiful day, and whatever you do, DC. I think we got a number here. We had a number in DC. That's what I'm going to try to get with. We had 1417. I seen a young man yesterday, and he was going to the store. I said 14 Slim, and he was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm definitely going to put it in." So I don't know what I have here off of the 440. I have 477 4 14711. This was like on some summer 5 days. 221s, 5302 5415s. You shouldn't be an unsub. Unsub, right? Simply means that leave it up to criminal minds. You are a person that someone will be after, man. So if you sub to somebody's channel, don't unsub. Just stay with it, right? Maybe just stay with it. So DC, if we had 14, 17, we definitely got to talk about that number. Let's see. I got all of this mess going on. So am I right? 14, 17 down. I don't know how it came, but just by me looking at this, we know this is this. This 14 is 14. So that makes sense. If it don't make sense, I know it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. So we're going to take it right on back. If we do take it back to '07, that's not going to make a difference, right? Take it back to '04. 04 is here. We got to go with a 0. And what else do we have up in here? Let's see. So we're going to go with a 024. We're going to go with a 0248, 80, 24. So maybe, just maybe, this might come out in DC next. 80, 24, 6-way combo. How it's going to come, I don't know. Just make sure you try to keep it in. If you playing any numbers, just, you never know, man. You just have some money on you. You got an extra $5 to spare, and you just want to, I'm going to just play it 50 cent. 50-cent box or something, we're going to try to get something up out of the deal. Shout out to Ohio. You had another winning number. You remember I got all pumped up when I seen all this 559 stuff, and I said, Ohio, right here, got you a hot spot right here, 976. It came out. So like I said, man, we can get up here every day and discuss numbers, but it's going to be up to you to decide what you're going to play. It's going to be up to you, man. People get tired every single day. So what I find myself doing is I'll try to make it a little easier for everyone. I'll just grab something off, let's make a billion, and just post it if that's what y'all want me to do, right? Because I really get tired of talking at this point. Sometimes, man, it's just like you might as well be talking to a wall. You giving people bits and pieces. You giving people game, and they're still not listening. I don't know whether they're hitting or they're not saying nothing or they're just missing numbers. Just like right here in MD, right? 0713, it came out, right? So, it gets to the point now, when you just don't know what else to say at this point. So it's basically, man, look, you got to try to, all that energy that you're giving, bro, you gotta try to apply it to your walk of life. You just can't save the world, man. You can't try. You can't try. And shout out to Robin Wagner, man, for always giving me a heart. I really do appreciate you, Robin. I appreciate you, Peg D. Those are the beautiful souls. They find me on Facebook, and man, I just appreciate it, guys. So once you're locked in with me, don't second guess yourself that I don't be thinking about you. And when I think about you, that's serious, right? Because you never know when I just be in a given spirit. I say, well, this person deserves something, man. We got to appreciate folks who ride with us on our channels. It's hard to get on social media and just keep looking at people. And it's hard. Really, to be honest, it turns me off at this point. Especially when it comes from us. We don't know how to present ourselves, man. We boast and brag too much, and for what reason, I don't know. We don't have shit, right? We don't own no apartments. We don't own that one store. We don't have shit. So when you see people, man, it just turns you off, right? It just turns you off, man. But if you have a good supporting base, man, you got to show some kind of appreciation. And I can say I have been doing that. It's not that much, but I always let a person know I'm thinking about them. And there's more to come, right? I remember my mom went somewhere, and me and her was hanging together, and when was this? And she had a whole lot of $100 bills on her, man. And the man was looking. And of course, us folks, when we have a certain amount of money, it's a problem, right? And she was looking, putting the ink on the $100 bills, and she was like, "Oh, it's more where that came from." And I'm like, "Ma, he just doing his job." "Oh, I was just saying because it's more." I'm like, "Well, he didn't say that, Ma." He got to check the money. So man, and again, love your subs. If it's nothing but once a month that you acknowledge somebody, like, come on, guys. I be viewing people pages. People be having over 100,000 subs, but I don't think you can't hear with one testimony. Hey, such and such paid my rent this month. That's how I'm trying to carry things, man. I'm sorry. This not going to just be about a lottery page, man. I'm helping. Such and such did this. I don't hear too much of that. It takes a lot for somebody to keep every time their notification bell go on. They might be on the highway, man. They got to pull over. Maria say, "Man, I'm at work, man, but I'm listening though." That it takes something to do that, guys. It takes something to do that. That's dedication. Folks don't have to do that, man. So if they trust in you and believe in you, man, you got to try to, give that back. You got to give that back. With that being said, peace out. I'm gone. I saw something on IG, man. A brother was downtown via U Street driving a very expensive car. I think he had a 560 coupe, Mercedes-Benz, tinted windows, and he said he was outside of the car. He was trying to find his keys. Police jumped out on him, just went all up in his car. Then he was asking, "Can I ask why are you doing this? Your car was reported stolen." He said, "My car's not stolen." Gave him all the proper paperwork on the car. Well, your windows was tinted. He said, "Well, okay, it went from your windows was tinted. We found some white substance in your car. You can't even drive black no more with a expensive $100,000 vehicle out here in the city, man. It's sad though. It's sad, man. The city is in an uproar. And man, look, whatever you do, man, just try to make it home safe, man. Stay out of the way, go to work, punch the clock, come on back home, hug your loved ones, let them know you love them, because life is just so short at this point, right? We're not promised to make it back home, right? Many used to say, "Man, I'm living off of hope and a prayer," and that's how it is out here. So with that being said, beautiful souls, peace out, I'm gone.